Guys, in this video, you will learn how you can create invoices in QuickBook Online application from Docparser automatically. So guys, Docparser is an application by which you can parse out some details out of any document. So we have connected Docparser as the trigger, and as and when the Docparser application parse out some data from any document, an invoice will be created automatically in QuickBook Online application. So we have connected QuickBook Online as the action application inside the workflow of our automation. Okay. And guys, to set up this workflow of automation, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And we can set up this automation very easily without any coding. So let's start. So guys, this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and we have pasted the same link in the description as well. From here, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes, and you will get free automation tasks every month to set and test your automations. Okay. So guys, you can just sign up right now from the given link, and after that you have to sign in and reach the Pabbly Connect product, and here's how the dashboard is going to look like. And guys, here you have to click on this create workflow button to set up this automation, and here you can give a suitable name to your workflow as well. So I am giving the name here as QuickBooks, sorry, not QuickBooks, Docparser to QuickBooks Online. Alright, so after giving the name, just click on this create button, and you can see your workflow page is getting ready here. Alright, and here you can see we have these two modules, the trigger and the action. So with the help of these two modules, we can set up any automation. Okay, so here guys, in the trigger, you have to connect the trigger application in which the trigger event is occurring. So the trigger event is that event which is going to start this workflow, and the action would be the consequence of the trigger or the response towards the trigger. So first of all, the trigger application is Docparser here. So in Docparser, we are going to parse out some data from any document. So here it is selected. So we have selected the app. Now select the trigger event as parsed document, and it will give you this URL. So with the help of this webhook URL, we are going to make a connection with Docparser, and after that we are going to capture the response of that webhook connection. Okay. So guys, you can read the instructions written here to get this done. So you can see you need to reach the integration section of Docparser. Let me show you that. This is my Docparser application, and here is my parser I have created. Okay, you can create a parser, and here guys, on this left hand side panel, you can see we have this integrations tab. Click on it. Okay, and under integrations, you can add an integration by clicking on this add integration button, and from here you have to scroll down, and you have to find this option which is called let me show you, this simple webhook. Okay, under custom integrations, click on simple webhook, and under here you can give a descriptive name to this connection that you're making. So I'm giving the name as new connection. You can give any name, connection. All right, and here you have to select the payload format as JSON, and in this target URL field, you have to paste this webhook URL that you got here in your workflow. So just click on copy from here and paste this URL here in this target URL field like this. Okay, and after that you have to scroll down and click on save and test. Okay, so we have created a new connection here. Okay, and here you can see it is showing send test data. So by clicking on it, you can send some test data to your workflow. And here you can see, as I have copied this webhook URL, it started showing waiting for the webhook's response. Okay, so this means now we can perform a test submission here. Test submission means we are going to capture the response of a document being parsed out from Docparser. Okay, for that I'll show you how the data is going to be captured here. I am just going to cancel it right now, and here let me parse a file from this application. So I am going to my parser again. Here are the parser I have created, my invoice parser. Under here you will find this Okay, this is my parser. Okay, and under my parser you can see it is written drag and drop or click to upload files here. So here I am clicking, and from my system I am uploading a file here, a document which is a Word document. So you can upload any kind of PDF also here, or any kind of other document. Okay, so I'm opening it here, and from this file I am going to parse out few things like the customer's name. So it can be any kind of document. Okay, like it can be a MOU document, or it can be any other partnership document, or any other kind of document that you have. From that document we can parse out the customer's email, the customer's name, the amount of the deal, okay, or the product details, or any other things like that. And with the help of those details we are going to move forward into QuickBooks Online and create an invoice. Okay, so I have uploaded a file here, and let me click on I am done uploading. Okay, and you can see this file is under process here. It is under a queue. So when it passes all these queues, like the data parsing queue and the integration queue, it will show up here in the processed part. Okay, and the data, as the file is going to appear here on the processed field, the data is going to captured here in this workflow. Okay, so we are going to wait for a few minutes and let's see how the data is going to be captured. And you can see also here in the note it is clearly written that data parsing process takes some time because it is under following queues: import queue, parsing queue. But once the parsing get completed, the parsed file will get listed under processed, and the webhook will receive the response. Okay, and to get the parsed content of the document, map the document ID from the trigger response to get parsed document action. Okay, right. So we are going to use another feature of Pabbly Connect here. We are going to fetch the full information of the parsed document using this get parsed document action. But before that we are going to wait and see how the response is going to look like. So guys, here you can see now that the document I have uploaded is finally processed, and it is showing up here under the processed section. Let us check in our workflow if we got the data of this file captured or not. And here you can see we got the data parsed here inside this response section. So here it is showing the document ID, here it is showing the file's name, here it is showing the processing time, okay, and the date of the processing. And here you can see the email we have received from the document is here. I'll show you the document also, and it will be more clear to you how the data is got captured. So guys, this was the document that I have uploaded in Docparser, and this is a kind of document. And here from this document we have parsed out these things. You can see it is showing the email address, and here is the 4% tax rate, and this is the first name and the last name of the customer. Okay, you can see here, so these are the same things. Demo person was the customer's name, this is the email address, and this is the shipping and handling charges. Okay, but here you can see we did not get the amount of the deal or the product. Okay, we had this production kit as the product, and this was the unit price, and this was the total amount, but we lack these things here in my response. Okay, here it is not showing the prices and all. So for fetching out the full details, we are going to use this action step, and in this action step I am going to connect with Docparser again. So search for Docparser, here it is, and we are going to use an action event which is called get parsed document. Okay, select get parsed document option, then click on connect, and from here select add new connection, and here it is asking for the secret API key of Docparser. So you need to navigate to the account section, there you will find the key, and you have to leave this password field blank. This is not a necessary thing. Okay, so let me show you. I'm under Docparser, and here is my account section. From here click on API, and under API section we got this secret key. Just click on copy and paste this key here. Okay, and then click on save, and you will be connected with Docparser like this. Okay, and here it is asking for the parser's name and the document ID. So my parser's name was this, my invoice parser. Let me select it, my invoice parser. And in the document, I'm going to map the document ID that I have received here in the trigger. You can see we have received this document ID. So I'm going to map it here. So just toggle this map button to on, then erase this field. And here you can see it is showing us the trigger step in the drop down. So when you click on it, it will show you all the data that you have received. From here, map the document ID. Okay. Then click on save and send test request. And here you can see it started showing this data again, and here it will show you the date, the email address, and now you can see the price. We got the price here, and the name of the product is also here, and you can see the sales tax rate, the shipping and handling charges, and the total amount, and the name of the customer. All the things got fetched here according to the parsing rules that we had here in the doc parser. Right now, guys, after fetching the details, I'm going to see if this customer whose data we have received here is already present in my QuickBooks application or not. Okay, for that I'm going to click on this plus icon, and in another action step will open up. From here we are going to connect with QuickBooks Online. So search for QuickBooks Online. Okay, and in the action event, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this action event which is called find customer. Okay, select find customer option. So with the help of this, we are going to see that if this customer is already present or not. So if this customer is already present, we are going to create an invoice. Otherwise, we are going to create a customer first, then we'll create an invoice. Okay. So let's see if this customer is present or not. So I'm clicking on connect. From here, select add new connection, then click on connect with QuickBooks Online. And you can see we are getting connected here. So it might bring you to the login window if you're not logged in, but as I have already logged in QuickBooks, it just got connected like this. And here it is asking for the email address. So I'm going to map the email address from the trigger step. For that, you just have to click here. And from this first or from the second step, you can use any of these options. You just have to map the email ID that you have received. This is the email address. Select it, map it, and then click on save and send test request. And here you can see it started showing this kind of response. So this means here you can see we got this customer ID here. So when you receive this customer ID label, this means this customer is already present in QuickBooks Online. So when the customer is already present, we are going to create an invoice. Otherwise, we are going to create a customer first, then we'll create an invoice. So we have two conditions here. First condition is when the customer is already present, and the other condition is the customer is not present. So if you want to automate these two conditional paths, we have a feature here. Let me show you. You have to just click here on this plus icon, and we are going to use a router feature of Pabbly Connect. So with the help of router, you can create conditional paths for your conditions. Okay, so select router here, and you can see it started showing two routes here. So let me rename these routes. From these three dots, click on three dots and you'll find this rename option. And the first route is for the condition that when the customer already exists. Okay, and the second condition is for when the customer not exist. Okay, so here you can see we have this set filter and action steps button. Click on it, and I'm setting up this route for the condition that when the customer is already present. So here you can see it is showing up a filter feature here. So with the help of this filter, you can apply the condition. Which condition? That the customer already exists. For that, here it is showing select your label. So from here, I'm going to select this label. Let me show you. I'm going to select this customer ID label that we have received here in the second step, or this step, find customer step. Okay, so click here, and from this filter, click here, and from this last QuickBooks Online Find Customer step, you will find the customer ID label. Let me show you. When you scroll down here, you can see we have this customer ID label. Okay, select this label and make the filter type exists. Okay, right, and click on save and send test request. So this filter is going to check this condition first, and here you can see it is showing the condition is true. Okay, so whenever this condition meets true, the workflow is going to continue, and if this condition meets true, what we want that when the customer exists, create an invoice. For that, just click here on this plus icon, and another action step will open up here, and from here I'm going to search for QuickBooks again and select QuickBooks Online, and in the action event we are going to select create an invoice. Okay, then click on connect. And now guys, the connections that you make here with any applications are saved in your account, and if you want to make the connection again with the same application, you can use your saved connections. For that, you have to select this existing connection option, and it will show you the list of all the saved connections that you have. From here you can select any of your saved connections, and then after that you just have to click on save and you'll be connected again. Okay, so you can see we are getting connected again, and here it is asking for the customer. So guys, I am going to map the customer ID. You can read here in the note, you can get the customer ID from the find customer action that we have already used inside our workflow. So toggle this map button to on. Okay, and then erase this and scroll down here in the drop down, and from this find customer step, map the customer ID label. Okay, so that you'll find here like this. Okay, map it, right? Okay, and now it is asking for the email, so you'll get the email from the first two steps. So I'm mapping it from the second step. Here is the email address. If you want to put CC or BCC, you can do it, and if you have the shipping address details, you can map it. Right now I'm just showing you the demo, so I'm not filling all these things. I'm just going to fill a few things here, like the transaction date that I had here. From the second step, I am mapping the transaction date that we have here like this. Okay, the ISO format. Okay, if you have the doc number, you can map it here. Let's see if we have the something for this invoice number. Okay, so we do not have the invoice numbers. Okay, so I'm leaving it blank. And here you can map the due date, the shipping date, the tracking number, and it is showing many details. Here I am putting the line item description. You will find the description as the name of the product that you're selling. So here is the name, you can see that I have mapped in the description. In the quantity, you can map the quantity. In the unit price, let's see the unit price that we got from the second step. Here is the unit price. For the total amount, use the second step and you'll find the total amount here as this. Okay, you can set the discounts and all other things. Right now I'm leaving all these things blank. You can put the tax details as well. Let me map the tax details. So you'll find the tax details here, not from the third step, from the second step actually. Okay, so these are the sale tax 3%. I'm mapping it here. All right. Right, so we are done mapping the required details here. So now click on save and send test request, and an invoice will be created for you inside QuickBooks Online. So I'm clicking on save and send test request. Okay, so it's showing you the small error here, and I think the error is for this. Here you do not have to put the percentage sign, so I'm leaving this blank. Okay, and let me click on save and send test request again. All right, so you can see the invoice is created here, and this is the response we have received, and here you can see we got this invoice link as well. Okay, so you can check the invoice from this link only, or you can check the invoice from your QuickBooks application also. So this is the invoice that has been created. Okay, right, it is showing you all the details, and you can click on view invoice to see the actual invoice here. This is how the invoice is created inside QuickBooks Online application automatically. Okay, so this invoice will be created, and we are done for the first condition that we have. Now let us set up the second route for the second condition when the customer does not exist. For that, I am going to select the same label from the QuickBooks Online find customer step, which is the customer ID. So you will find the customer ID here like this. Now make the filter type does not exist. Okay, And here now when you click on save and send test request, you can see the condition is false because the condition is false for now. But in real time, when this condition met true, what we want that the customer should be created, then an invoice will be created. For that, just click here on this plus icon, and to create a customer in QuickBooks, search for QuickBooks here. And the action event now would be to create a customer. Okay, select create a customer, then click on connect. Use your saved connections, keep this selected, then click on save and you will be connected again. And here you can see we are connected, and here it is asking for the display name, the given name, and all the details to create a customer. So I'm going to map the things from the previous steps. Actually, from the second step, we can map the things that here we have the name of the customer. Let me show you. Here is the first name. Let me map it in the display name. In the given name, I am going to map the full name, the first name as well as the last name. Okay, so we have mapped the names. Okay, you can map the titles, the company names if you have, the phone number, the email address. We have the email address. Okay, I have mapped it. If you have GST number, you can map it. So it has many fields. I am leaving these things blank, just showing you the demo. You can fill all the data. Okay, now click on save and send test request to create a customer inside QuickBooks Online. Okay, and here it is showing a validation fault because this customer is already exist, that we already know that this customer is present. Okay, so no need to click on save and send test request, just click on save here. Okay, because we are using the data of the customer who is already present here. So not to worry, just click on save here. Okay, and after that, when the customer is when you are done creating the customer, what we want to create an invoice for the new customer. For that, just click here on this plus icon, and from the section step, search for QuickBooks Online again, and in the action event, select create an invoice option, then click on connect, and from here keep this existing connection option selected, then click on save and you will be connected with QuickBooks again. Alright, so we are now connected, and here you can see it is asking for the customer's ID. Okay, so you have to toggle this map button to on, and here you can see we are going to you have to map the customer ID from this find customer step or from the previous step where you have created the customer. But guys, here you can see it's showing us the duplication error. It is not showing us the customer ID, but in real time, when you are going to map a new email address here, the customer will be created and you will receive a customer ID there. Okay, so for just setting up this automation, what I am going to do here, I am going to put a new email ID here. Okay, just to set up this automation, we can do this. I am putting here this as email address. This is a new email address which is not present in my QuickBooks Online, and here I am clicking on save and send test request again. And here you can see guys, when I have entered the new details, the customer ID is showing up here. Okay, so but guys, I have manually entered the details here in these steps. You can see I have manually entered a new email address and the new names. Okay, but you have to map it afterwards. Okay, now let me remove the manually entered data and let me map the labels again from the second step. Why we are mapping the labels again? Because mapping is necessary, guys. So when you, let me first map it. Okay, I have mapped the given name. Let me map the full name here. Okay, so I have mapped the name. Now let me map the email address as well. Erase this, map it from the second step. So guys, when you map the labels here, what will happen after setting up this automation? Whenever the workflow is going to execute, that means whenever you you upload a document in Docparser and that is going to trigger the workflow, the labels are going to be updated automatically according to the mapped data that you have here, and new data will arrive here and new data will be sent to QuickBooks Online. Okay, that's why it is necessary to map the things here. We have manually entered the data because it was showing us some errors before, but we have cleared the error with the help of manually entering of data and got a customer ID created here, and we need this customer ID label to map it here in QuickBooks Online step. Okay, so now you can map it, and for that you have to refresh this connection with QuickBooks Online. Just click on connected once again. Okay, and from here keep this existing connection option selected and click on save one more time, and you will be connected again with QuickBooks. And now we can map the customer ID that we have generated from the previous steps. So toggle this map button to on and erase this field, and from the last QuickBooks create a customer step, map the customer ID. Okay, and for other details of the invoice we are going to use the previous steps. So for the transaction date I'm going to use the second step. Okay, for the description use the second step. Where you got the product details, map it. For the unit price use the second step, map the unit price. For the total amount use the second step, map the total amount which was here. Okay, so we are done here mapping the details. Now you can just click on save and save this step. Do not click on save and send test request, just click on save, and now we are done setting up this whole automation. Okay, so now you know why the mapping is necessary and why we have manually entered the details, because we need that customer ID response label to map it here. So guys, let me quickly revise this route for you. So you can see we have created this route for the condition that when the customer not exist. So here we have applied the filter condition that when this customer ID label that we have selected here does not exist, then what should be done? A customer will be created in QuickBooks Online, and according to the mapped data, according to the data that we have received from the Docparser, and after that what should be done? After that an invoice should be created for the new customer in QuickBooks Online. Okay, so that's how you can set up this automation, and you have to set up it only once. After that you don't have to do anything manually, guys. After that, whenever you are going to upload any document here in Docparser to get the details passed out from the document, the invoice will be created in your QuickBooks application automatically with the help of this workflow which is going to run in the background. Okay, and guys, you can use this workflow as well, because I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description, and you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.